7:11, time to talk tech with Chris Abel, who joins us as he always does on Sunday mornings. And we've got lots to get to, including a very valuable trading card, but that's coming up in just a bit. Good morning to you.
Ooh. Good morning, Joanne.
Okay, listen, we'll start with the nurses, right? And virtual reality. So I always say, and I'm very honest with you, that all of this technology scares me, but this seems to be a good addition to the virtual reality world.
And a major jump, too, because usually when universities and hospitals, they roll out these kind of programs, it's always sort of a small baby step first. But no, in this case, the University of Alberta has already launched and started a training program for nursing students using virtual reality. So typically, you've got a bunch of nursing students, you try to run them through a simulation. You have a fake hospital room, maybe you have a mannequin, and try to get them to go through different scenarios. The problem is that that's not always terribly realistic. Well, now, when they put on the virtual reality headset, you've got like a living, breathing patient lying in the hospital bed. You can hear the breath, the change in terms of their symptoms. Plus, you also have their family members hovering by, being very anxious. So this is a great scenario for nurses to sort of have to learn within the environment, a real-world environment, about different changes and different things. Everything from, a heart situation to even such as things as an overdose. Now, it doesn't change is that nurses students will still be placed in hospitals to learn on the job. But that's always the most simplest task because you don't want a safety risk to the patients. At least with VR, anything goes. In fact, it's okay if you kill the patient because that becomes a very powerful learning experience.
I guess, yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. That would shock the system, I think.
And again, I mean, I thought this kind of program, and when I hear about this usually in the past, it'd be like the first 12 patients or 12 students are trying it out. No, the University of Alberta has already trained 850 students in a very short period of time. This is something that's becoming very permanent in terms of everybody who goes in to learn to be a nurse is going to go through this experience.
I mean, I think this is good. I think this is interesting because, again, you are learning, and if you make mistakes, the consequences are far less dramatic. Okay, we have to talk about these robots who are making up your room, and can you send them to take care of my little boy's rooms?
So this comes from a company called Figure, who in the past has shown their robots with the capability of doing laundry. Now what they've done, they have this fantastic demonstration where you see two humanoid robots enter into a bedroom and immediately start to tidy things up. They pick up the clothes, they hang them in the closet, they start to gather loose objects on the counter, they roll that up, and then the two robots in tandem start to make the bed. They change out the bed sheets, they get all the sharp corners. What's astonishing is not just how well they do it, but they manage to do it faster than human beings. They're doing it in under 2 minutes.
Wow.
What I find kind of creepy about it is that the two robots are working in tandem, but they're communicating wirelessly. So it's a very quiet. And to me, that's kind of it's as if they're working in a trance.
Or like, it feels very zombie-esque that they know what they're doing without using words. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that looks creepy. Okay, we got to get to this because there's actually, in a few moments, we're going to be interviewing somebody from this huge Pokemon convention that's happening in Montreal today. And I've talked about this on the show that my kids are obsessed with those trading cards. But this is a big story, and there's a personal connection to you. This Star Wars bubblegum trading card, a very specific one, has just sold for, well, I'll let you tell the story. And you have a connection to this.
So these are the Star Wars trading cards that launched in 1977, the same time or the same year when the movie came out. So there have been people who've held on to these cards and hold them for almost close to 50 years. And throughout all these years, these cards really haven't been worth much. Suddenly, this year, for some reason, the Luke Skywalker card, the number one card in the set, just sold at auction for a whopping $687,500. There has been no hint that this was going to happen. Just out of the blue, suddenly it is sold. It is astonishing. And now 1 week later, the second card in the series, Darth Vader, just sold for a whopping $206,250.
Wow. Okay, and then the thing is that you own both cards, okay?
I do.
But they're not there yet. Like basically, it's a rookie version of the card, is what you're saying.
Right. Well, so both cards, they say, because this is sort of the first time that a non-sports card has this kind of import, and so it's being treated as if both cards are kind of like the rookie card in sports. What is intriguing about this? Am I going to earn $500,000 with these two cards? The answer, sadly, is no. There are two reasons for this. One is that it's all about the condition of the cards. And these two cards that sold for these whopping amounts at auction are mint. They're pristine. It looks like they just came off the assembly line. Whereas my cards, I've had them close to 50 years. So the edges are kind of rough. And then the second part, and this is, I think, a big lesson for any kids who are collecting trading cards in Canada, is that here in Canada, these are Canadian versions of the cards is what I have. And so the cards that were sold in Canada have both English and French. And that's a little different than the ones that sold at auction.
Okay, but I mean, we'll say that you're almost there, even though it's not quite. Chris Abel, thank you so much for taking the time. You can follow Chris on Instagram. Chris, by the way, is with it's real Chris Abel, and it's with a K, Krisabel. Chris, thank you so much for taking the time. We will chat again next weekend.
Yay, thank you.